Hey guys, Crystal Thompson here for Studio Katia. Today we are going to be using a really fun way to use your Studio Katia Creative Stencil. We are going to be using this square brick. This is a really fun stencil. You're going to be able to do the max output for your stencils. We're going to be using Studio Katia Floral Wreath for the sentiment. We're going to use Hello. For our color selections, we actually got inspired by the Rose Gold Fusion, so we're going to be using Victoria Velvet and Worn Lipstick. So let's get started. Alright guys, we're going to begin by actually placing our stencil on our cardstock. So I have a piece of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I like to do my stuff on card bases and then on card panels, and then go ahead and place everything on card bases. So what we're going to do here is we're going to place the stencil. We're going to place our piece of cardstock, and then we're going to get our washi tape or our purple tape and put those two together, and that way you don't get any movement. We're going to flip these guys over. Okay, and now we're going to be using a straight edge. So you can use the packaging of your Studio Katia, and that's what I'm going to do, and that way I can just wipe things off. So I'm going to begin by placing this down. We're going to get our Worn Lipstick, and we're going to begin blending. For the blending, I'm going to be using one of the makeup brushes. You can get this anywhere you like. I actually got these from Amazon. So we're going to hold this straight. We're going to begin at the bottom so we can have that straight edge first, just in case your packaging moves. So we're just going to continue on, and we're going to blend up to create that gradient, that really pretty. See what I meant? So once the packaging moves up, we can just go ahead and freehand the blending. All right. We're going to turn it around and repeat what we just did on the other side. So I like to do like midway through those squares. It just makes it look really fun, and you can see where you masked it, and it gives you that fun, different look. Okay, so we're just gonna dab down first to get that color, and then begin to blend up. I do wanna have a little bit of a gradient there, so I'm not gonna blend all the way up. Just gonna be sure to get my color. All right, guys, once you have achieved that beautiful gradient, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and flip the stencil. And for this one, you want to place where that little cross, where the squares meet, right on the center of your squares. So there's going to be a little bit of shifting. And you really want to do that to the center ones. Some of the outer edges will be uneven, but that's okay. All right, so now we are going to continue with the masking. So I have my Studio Katia packaging, and we're going to do this one at an angle. So we're going to come dark this way and dark this way. We're going to move on to our Victorian Velvet. And when you mix Victorian Velvet with Worn Lipstick, it creates this really pretty shade. So we're going to go ahead and shade that corner. Make sure we really make the darker color right on this edge. Once you got that, we're going to blend in. And what's going to happen is you're going to have some really straight edges, and you're not going to lose sight of how pretty this stencil really is. Okay? Going to get that straight edge first. And Victorian Velvet could be a little bit of a dark color, so we want to be sure that we don't overpower everything else. Okay, and we're going to blend in. Okay, all right. Once we got that blending done, we're going to remove our stencil. You get this really, look how fun that is. It's very geometric, very modern. You could even go ahead and do a third color if you choose, but we are going to move on to embellishing and sentiment. Alright guys, so I showed you how it looked once we removed the stencil. Now we're going to create our embellishment. So I have my Studio Katia glue. This is a water-based ink that dries clear, and it's perfect for all your Studio Katia embellishments. This is what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to add a little droplet there, and either with your finger or with the spatula, you're going to grab it. I'm going to use my finger because I don't mind getting these fingers a little bit dirty. We are going to create, using the stencil, a way to add this sequence without having to do them individually. And the reason why is this is going to be kind of a ribbon of sequence, so I'm going to need a little more adhesive. All right. And what's really going to be fun about this is that your sequins will be placed in the shape of the stencil. So you want to create a really nice thick coat, and instead of putting the glue directly over the paper, because it'll bleed through. All right, we're going to put the cap on that. We're going to bring our rose gold fusion, and this is water-based, so this is totally going to wash off from the stencil, so no worries. We're going to push that down, and really the little guys is going to be what sticks to this. We're going to remove the stencil. Now we got sequin explosion. And remove the excess, and look how pretty that turned out. And we are so ready for our sentiment. Alright guys, we are ready for the sentiment. We're going to be using the Hello from the Floral Wreath stamp set. This is such a pretty script. For the ink, I'm using Sweet Sugar Plum from Stampin' Up. It's kind of an off purpley, off pink, and we're going to place this down on that bottom. You could use more Distress Oxides, but I didn't want to wait for the drying time, so I've added my Hello, and this card is ready to go. It is a very simple way to create a different effect with your stencils and then add the sequins and embellishments using the stencil. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this quick tutorial. Be sure to click subscribe and share if you love this tutorial. Be sure to tag us when you are inspired by this creation so we can go say great job. Thank you so much. Have an awesome day.